I walk through the marble doors of Medical College of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, with a heart full of hope and a bank account that sings of privilege. I am a child of a distant Soviet land, raised among gilded books and polished silver, and I expect excellence in every corner of my life. Yet what I encountered inside those walls was a theater of neglect, a parade of malpractice, and a circus of greedy billing that left my spirit bruised and my credit tarnished. The first wound arrived in a lecture hall where a professor, who claims the title of assistant professor yet lacks a doctoral crown, spoke as if my mind were a broken instrument. He whispered that I should be placed on anxiety medication simply because an exam slipped from my grasp. That sentence settled like a stone in my chest. It is wrong because a teacher does not have the authority to diagnose a mental condition on the spot, and it is cruel because it shatters confidence, turning a learning environment into a battlefield of self-doubt. When a scholar tells a student to take pills without proper evaluation, the student feels powerless, and the grade that follows is no longer a reflection of knowledge but of fear. The next betrayal unfolded in the pharmacy corridor. I arrived for a refill of my prescribed depression medication, only to discover that the doctor who had cared for me had vanished from the roster. The staff told me I must schedule a new appointment with a different physician before I could receive the medicine that steadied my mood. This delay is disastrous because without the medication my mind became a storm, my work suffered, and my health declined. It is a failure of continuity of care, a breakdown that shows the institution places paperwork above patient well-being. My frustration deepened when I sought a simple gastrointestinal consultation that was billed as a consult instead of an office visit. The bill that arrived demanded $700 for a 15-minute conversation. No procedure, no lab, only words. The difference between a consult and an office visit may seem technical, but it is crucial. A consult is reimbursed at a lower rate by most insurers, causing the patient to shoulder a larger portion of the cost. The clinic's refusal to reclassify the charge reveals a profit motive that ignores fairness. It is a financial trap that drains resources from those who already pay high tuition and fees, and it erodes trust in the whole medical system. The pattern repeated with a 30-minute gastrointestinal discussion that cost $611. Again, no test, no treatment, only advice. When a provider charges a price that exceeds the value of the service, it creates a sense of exploitation. It tells the patient that time and expertise are measured in dollars rather than compassion, and it forces the patient to question whether the care is genuine or merely a revenue stream. The billing department proved to be a labyrinth of confusion and cruelty. I had arranged a payment plan in the autumn of 2017, yet in the winter of 2018, I received a call demanding a higher monthly amount and insisting on automatic deduction. No warning arrived before the account was sent to collections in the summer of 2022. Collections without notice destroy credit scores, raise interest, and cause relentless stress. The absence of clear communication shows mismanagement, a lack of respect for the patient's financial dignity, and a willingness to sacrifice reputation for profit. I learned of other patients who suffered similar fates. A family whose daughter's surgery in 2013 resurfaced as a cascade of bills and collection notices years later. The hospital claimed errors in insurance coding, promised corrections, yet the money continued to flow to debt collectors. The patient's attempts to obtain an itemized statement were ignored, leaving them in darkness about where the charges originated. This
is a classic example of bureaucratic negligence, where the system hides behind complex jargon to avoid accountability, and the patient is left to bear the weight of endless financial burdens. Another story emerged from a misread PET scan. The scan was labeled normal, leading to a misdiagnosis that delayed proper treatment for encephalitis. The neurologist responded with verbal aggression when the error was pointed out, compounding the trauma. Misinterpretation of diagnostic imaging is fatal because it directs the entire course of treatment. When the correct diagnosis is delayed, the patient endures unnecessary suffering, possible permanent damage, and loss of trust in all medical professionals. Even the university's academic side revealed decay. The curriculum felt disorganized, the faculty dismissive, and the support for mental health non-existent. The cost of living in Milwaukee combined with tuition created a crushing weight. Clinical rotations were described as a lottery, with some experiences excellent but most poorly supervised. Such an environment produces graduates who feel unprepared for residency, and it reflects a deeper institutional failure to nurture future physicians. All these grievances share a common thread: a system that prioritizes revenue over responsibility, that hides behind technicalities, that fails to treat patients as human beings. Each small injustice a miss, 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 miss.
Here is the business's near Medical College of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, a tale of woe and disappointment. It's like they say, you get what you pay for. But here, it seems like you get a whole lot of nothing for your hard-earned cash. First off, let's talk about Mayfair, a mall that's supposed to be a hub of activity, but instead, it's a hotbed of harassment and disappointment. Reviewers have complained about being followed around the store, accused of theft, and even banned for 2 years without reason. And don't even get me started on the parking lot, where thieves roam free and security seems non-existent. It's like they're saying, come for the shopping, stay for the stress-induced anxiety attack. And if you think things can't get any worse, wait until you step into one of the many food establishments. Reviewers have reported rude service, overpriced and mediocre food, and even had their orders messed up. It's like they're playing a game of culinary roulette, where the prize is a stomachache and a lighter wallet. But hey, maybe you're looking for a more relaxing experience, like a spa day at Well Spa Salon. Think again, because reviewers have reported being charged full price for services they never received, and even had the audacity to be told it was their fault for cancelling at the last minute. It's like they're saying, pay us to do nothing and then blame you for it. Or maybe you're in the mood for a nice cup of coffee at Likewise Coffee Milwaukee. But be warned, reviewers have reported burnt milk, cold coffee, and even had to deal with genocidal graffiti on the walls. It's like they're saying, come for the caffeine, stay for the existential crisis. And then there's Bryant's Cocktail Lounge, where the staff seems to be more interested in their own personal appearances than actually serving customers. Reviewers have reported being ignored, overcharged, and even had to deal with rude bartenders who think they're above the law. It's like they're saying, pay us to be rude to you, and then claim it's all part of the experience. As I sift through these reviews, I can't help but feel a sense of disappointment and despair. It's like the businesses near Medical College of Wisconsin, Milwaukee are competing in some sort of bizarre game of who can provide the worst customer service. And the sad thing is, it's the customers who end up paying the price. So, travelers, beware. If you're planning on visiting this area, be prepared for a wild ride of disappointment and frustration. But hey, at least y'all have a good story to tell, right? Listen, living in this world, it's like you're walking on eggshells, especially near the Medical College of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. I've been looking into some pretty sad stuff happening around there, and it's enough to make anyone's heart sink. So there was this time when several stores got busted for selling counterfeit goods. I mean, can you imagine? You're out there enjoying the city, and you end up with a fake designer bag or headphones that stop working after a day. It's like, seriously, how unfair is that? The poor souls who bought these things, they probably felt so cheated, And the people behind it, I bet they thought they could get away with it, but karma has a way of catching up. I wouldn't be surprised if they were still dealing with the fallout. Then, there's this other story about an employee from Milwaukee Tool who stole a fortune in tools. It's just mind-blowing. Over $1 million in tools, can you believe it? He was shipping them off to different addresses, including his own. The tools probably ended up in small shops or online, and innocent people bought them, thinking they got a great deal. But in the end, it's all stolen goods. I can only hope the guy got what he deserved and that the tools found their way back to honest hands. And oh, the audacity of scammers who tried to swindle nearly $500,000 from the city of Milwaukee by impersonating a vendor. It's like, how do you even sleep at night? The city workers who fell for it must have felt so embarrassed when they realized what happened. But they managed to recover the money, which is a win, I guess. But it just goes to show, even the most official-looking requests need a double check. These stories, they lay like a dark cloud over the area, aren't they? It's like every time you turn around, someone s trying to pull a fast one on you. And the thing is, it's not just about the money or the goods. It's about trust. When you ray a tourist, you want to feel welcome, not like you ray being taken for a ride. I sometimes wonder about the people behind these scams. Do they ever stop and think about the harm they cause? I mean, it's not just the financial loss, it's the feeling of betrayal, the broken trust. It's like they ray stealing more than just money, they ray stealing peace of mind. So if you ray